This is Fleming's military intel contact update from July 11th. On Friday morning, July 10th, Judy Shelton RV team gave a final readiness and plan presentation to the Chinese elders so they could decide whether to move forward with the release completion with or without the U.S. Over the past week, the U.S. has been behind the Chinese release process, during which exchanges have been going on in Asia, Canada, and other countries. On Friday morning, July 10th, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the historic yellow gold dragon bond that funded the RV were fully released at 1:25 Eastern Standard Time. It's now a go for liquidity shotgun start for Tier 4B exchanges in the U.S. before or by Tuesday, July 14th forward. The main reasons that the U.S. did not follow closely behind the Chinese release process over the past week have been primarily: number one, the deep state governors in 12 states were still locking down their states, claiming COVID-19 scamdemic, plandemic reasons. Number two, Trump Chinese friction over U.S. China trade deal agreements not being honored. And three, deep state cabal fighting and release process fiercely over past week, trying to hack and steal funds out of accounts globally. Neither the Chinese nor the U.S. sides have been completely transparent with each other, but Trump and his team were realizing that they have to get this RV GCR funding out in Tier 4B started by or before next Tuesday, Wednesday, the 13th, 14th, in order to funnel RV funds into the U.S. economy, or Trump would jeopardize his chances of being reelected. That pressure was good news. What has been a slow rollout was now a sprint in to the U.S. to the finish line. Deep state governor resistance. Trump, Judy Shelton, and the RV teams have been negotiating with the 12 governors who, as of Friday, July 10th, were basically on board with redemptions happening, though there were still some issues being worked out. Judy Shelton and the RV teams have been pressing the deep state Democrat governors to let Tier 4B redemptions start or else, telling that their states would gain from the RV funds released into their states to stimulate their local economies by currency holders post-RV, and that federal sanctions would be leveled against them in their states if they did not cooperate. It appeared to be working, as most of the 12 governors now were more or less on board with last-minute issues being addressed. Deep state cabal were fiercely fighting the release. The Department of Defense security teams and U.S. Treasury leadership team worked hard to shut down doorways that the cabal hackers were using to try to steal funds. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled to freeze and seize funds that Soros front foundations were using from government tax sources allocated by Obama-era tax decisions that were being used by Soros-paid rioting ringleaders to fund Antifa, anarchist riots, and violence in cities in the U.S. On Friday night, July 10th, after 11 p.m. Eastern Time RV meeting, there was a Forex update to the RV rates, then an algorithm release was started, then a final set of assessments, then final reviews and a final technical and financial audit, then a series of last-minute tests, and then they started testing liquidity release for Tuesday, July 14th, release of liquidity and Tier 4B start. Iraq has finished settling the Dinar RV, and sanctions have been lifted off Vietnam so the dong can be exchanged. The liquidity release date of Tuesday, July 14th was firm unless any arguments between the U.S.-China sides arose between now and Tuesday, July 14th, or the cabal interfered with by stealing account funds in unexpected ways, or trouble continued with deep state Democrat governors causing any changes. On Monday, July 13th, rates would be locked in, and there would be reviews, audits, and financial checks to release liquidity and a shotgun start for Tier 4B notifications on Tuesday, July 14th. There was a 72-hour legal procedure internationally that must precede the GCR RV release between now and next Monday, July 13th. All banks globally were getting ready for the start of exchanges in the liquidity shotgun release. It has been all but over since the elders' approval and release after Friday 10th, July morning's RV meeting. There was much to be thankful for, but prayers would be appreciated in order to usher this across the finish line the first half of next week. And that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.